Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Design. I am back today to share with you 3 of the junk journals I've made this week. This week has been action-packed, and last week was work, work, work. And I do have a little bit of work this week, but not much. I literally have worked until 5 in the morning and gotten up at 9 the next day and literally rolled out of bed to start on the various Christmas projects. I won't show you every one of them, but I thought I would share these 3. I will have a tutorial after Christmas on how to make one of these. It is very simple. And the reason why it's doing after Christmas is we have one child who is away for Christmas. So she and her family went to go visit her husband's family. And so honestly, I had to like cut bait and regular and start trying to figure out where I could row back in and not have to be up so late. So I also have some other videos I'll put up. I'm also working on another Christmas project that I will talk more about later, but it will be made after Christmas, so I will finish that out with y'all. I did an introductory video with you guys, and I'm so sorry. The problem is, and I'm going to show you right now, if I tilt my camera, it goes way back up here. And if I don't tilt my camera or my phone, it what it does, and I'm going to try to just keep it, there we go. It'll go to that strip video, and I am so sorry. But I was so pressed for time, and I had promised I would share some of the projects I'm doing, so I went ahead and threw it up. It is not the best video, and I'm so sorry. I did watch it all the way through, of course, like I always do. And I mean, I really deliberated. Do I want to reshoot it? What do I want to do? And I recognized I just don't have any time. So I mean, when you're going to get bed at 5 in the morning and getting up at 9 the next day, and actually I was awakened at 8:30, that's 3.5 hours sleep. And with my autoimmune, I cannot do that. So, we did, I mean, every night this week we've been up to, I think the earliest we went to sleep is 1, and most of the time it was like 3:30. And then we get up the next day and we start again. And the reason why we're doing this is my husband has been residing and painting and doing all the trim and doing all the fancy stuff to our barn. And my youngest helped him on, I think, 2 different days. And so yesterday she was in, but she was exhausted. And so she just kind of sat and kept me company while I was just like working like a fiend. And then she cooked meals and helped us with stuff like that. Caught up the dishes. I mean, I'm embarrassed to say the dishes, everything. Because see, if I'm cooking, then I do everything. I mean, I do it all. But anyways, and then we had the issue where my husband had dental surgery, and he had been exposed to everyone from a specialist to our dentist to the people in the office everywhere. And let's be honest, his mouth was open. So, it's kind of weird if you think about it. So and then our daughter also went and got her teeth cleaned, and praise God, no cavities, so she doesn't have to go back. But my husband does have to go back, but it'll be like 3 months. And anyways, long story short, I just felt like they were kind of banned from the kitchen for 3 days. If they had any symptoms, they couldn't go in the kitchen of COVID. And praise God, nothing happened. And let me just say this. Our dentist has been our dentist for 20, I think I determined the other day, 27, almost 28 years. And we trust them implicitly. It was that there were extra people there. That was the whole thing. I mean, that's just what it came down to. So, and my husband will go in and out of stores. He's not going as much now because, I mean, he wants to go. Like, he wanted to go to the outlet mall for me for Christmas. And I said, there is nothing I need at the outlet mall. There is nothing that I need that you would need to go out. So, yeah. But, I mean, we know that the virus now is mutating and it's faster, quicker, the whole thing. Same symptoms, but just faster, quicker. I believe it's mutated in London or in England, I guess, and probably Europe. So I don't know what that means for us here, but yeah, I mean, I literally just got a message from one of you guys, and it was the sweetest message in the world. And you're right. When you keep going through difficulties, you must be doing something right in your walk, because Satan, if you're as a Christian, Satan wouldn't want to mess you up if you're not. And I love that. I heard that for the first time in high school. It meant the world to me. When I grew up, it was not an easy time. And I was a soul, practicing believer. And I hope at that time, my sister and my parents were as well, but I was the only one kind of going to church. My sister would come some. So it got really rough at times. And that's all I'm going to say. It's hard when your children go to church and you don't go. There's a lot of conviction you feel. And so there's forgiveness and grace always. But it did not make it easier for me. And I remember my youth director's wife said that to me, and it was life changing. It was just, here, let me turn the light on for you guys. It was life changing. There is no other way to say it. And so many of you that are going through such difficult times, whether it be cancer or surgeries or difficulties with your job or loss of income, or the list is just monumental now. God has a plan. He has a plan. I just want you to hold on to that. Okay. So now for all my junk journalers, let's get back here. Okay. So very quickly, I'm going to do a couple of 3 videos. I'm going to finish one journal off with you guys today. I'm going to do a planner video, and then I've got to go pull pictures for all of these journals that I've made. And there's 5, 6 I've made. I'd like to get one more done, but I'm pretty pooped today. So I had my 2 big cups of coffee today, and it didn't even faze me. And my husband's so sweet. He's making me coffee right now. He's never done that for us in our whole marriage. And now he's like, he wakes up before me right now, and he's like, because I kind of looked at him, I go, could you make me a cup of coffee? And he was like, sure. And I was like, oh, thank goodness. So I think he knows, because he goes to sleep before me. And I just can't wind down at night. So I am eliminating anything that can get me up at night right now. So I'm no more coffee, no more tea. I've got my green tea, no, minimal caffeine, if any, and the whole thing. And my daughter made us boba tea today. It was so wonderful. So sweet of her. The first thing I asked was, hey, can we have boba tea? She was like, yes. I was not eating. I was not drinking. It was really silly. I would just get so focused. I would be so focused. And I was having the best time of my life. It was wonderful, but I was so focused. And my body has been screaming at me in every way you may imagine possible. Those of you who have been a part of our channel, you know what I'm talking about, all the arthritis. And anyways, but it has been a blast, and I cannot wait. So here's my announcement for next year. Every single month, I will be making a new junk journal. I'd heard another gal on YouTube. She was saying that, and I was like, oh my gosh, I guess we all have the same idea. But I will be making at least one junk journal a month with you guys. I will also be having lots of junk journal in my Etsy shop, probably by February, and lots of junk journaling supplies. And of course, we'll still have our classes. And before I forget, the year-long planner organization, turning around our 2021 learning and moving on class is about to close. It will close on the 27th at 2 o'clock Central Time. So if you're on the Pacific Coast, that's 12 noon. If you're in the East Coast, that's 3 o'clock. So in the afternoon. And I just, I'm going to move forward right now. It's not as big a class as I'd hoped that we need, but I just trust God and know that He's got a plan. So we're also going to be covering a devotional every month. We're also going to be doing Bible journaling, junk journaling, contemporary journaling. And today in one of my videos, I'll talk about contemporary journaling. And it was in one of the journals that I did. So I count it as a junk journal, but it's more contemporary. And you'll see the difference if you watch these series of videos. So, all right, so this is my Christmas creation video. Number one. Okay. So these are literally, I meant to pull that out. Hold on one second. Oh, goodness gracious. I had it all set out except for the one thing I wanted to show you where I got these from. Okay. I have 2 more. Let me see here. And they have disappeared. You know, I'll find them as soon as and I have everything perfectly organized. So today is Wednesday. On Christmas Day or Christmas Eve, I will have pictures up on Instagram on how I organized my process for these. And I literally have them set up in little bins, in big boxes, and then a little tub, and anyways, in little bowls and all that. You know, I just wanted it to be like clockwork. I wanted it to be super, super easy. And yeah, so I'll go ahead. So basically, oh, I think I did pull it out. Did I pull them out? No, I didn't, but you can see. All right, so I am going to come back and do a project today with you guys that will go in these as well, because I have one more thing I forgot to do. So I basically took 12 by 12 paper pad and cut it. This is the pine cones, I think, and something from Hobby Lobby, and it's more cardstocky, but it's not super thick. It's not like their typical like wafer thin paper. It's a little bit thicker, but I don't think it's like fantastic thickness. I mean, the paper's gorgeous. It's just the thickness. And then I added in some of this, and I think this is, I want to say authentique, but I may be wrong. No, this is not. Crepe paper. Creighton paper, I think is what this is. Anyways, and that came from a kit that I got from the Kitty Witty. So I pulled those papers out. You guys saw that in the beginning. I haven't used hardly anything in here because I'm going to use this on the one journal that I'll be making after Christmas. So I just pulled the papers out. That was pretty much it. I think I pulled a little bit of the ephemera. So what I did was, these are the scrapbook.com little Christmas flyers, and they're little books, and I had like 5 of them. And I thought, what can I do with those? And I thought, I was going to use some of the black Dilutions journals, and number one, they're long, they're TN, standard TN size, and they're beautiful and they're wonderful and they're super thick, and I love that. But I knew I was going to pack it out, and that wasn't going to work. So anyways, so all I did was take my 12 by 12s, cut them, and then I took about 1/8 of an inch off of every side to make them thinner so that it can close. So if you can see, I scooted everything out to the edge. I did not do the borders because I knew it would just go that much faster if I didn't do borders. And then I just inked it, and I'll share more about that. So that is what I used for that. All right, so let's just take a look at these little babies. Okay. All right, so this one is for my son and daughter-in-law, and these are some authentique. These are just, I think this is Tim Holtz, and then just bits and pieces, lace from Amazon. This is that Hobby Lobby washi from Felicity Jane. That's it. And then these little studs right here, because it's for my son and daughter-in-law. I wanted to have a little masculine feel. And they are from, of all places, Walmart. Just inexpensive 97-cent goodies. And then I just literally made some clusters, made some pockets, and I would just have all this stuff cut ahead. And I made my pockets and clusters first, then my pockets, then I put them together, and I have them in a stack. And then I would just pull for each one. And usually I would have a journal in mind. And then sometimes I would add them and add a little bit more tooling or whatever. So these are Target Dollar Spot from 2 or 3 years ago. Sewing, what am I doing? Pattern paper. Just bits and pieces. A sticker from, hold on, from this Echo Park. I think it's, no, Cartabella. So I had that. You'll see a lot of stickers from the Cartabella little kit. And then I just made some tags. This was something that came in the mail with a ministry we support. Regular coupons, stickers from Target, lace I've had, ribbon that came from the Target Dollar Spot where they had those little dishes, and I had never unwrapped them, and I was like, tons of ribbon, thank you very much. So I unwrapped all those, saving every tag as well. This is just something I had in my stash. It was lace that I cut apart. These are auction tickets that I will have in my shop after the turn of the year. And then just real pretty shimmery cardstock from Amazon, super thick. And then this is just some inexpensive cream. Oh no, that's part of this. I also have an inexpensive cream that I used from Walmart. So, all right. Here is I think this was just a scratch. This was the cover off of the Hobby Lobby paper, and I just cut the covers and the backs. I cut everything. And this is just some, like vintage print that I got off of, I think, Amazon ages ago. Leftover scraps. And then this is another piece of lace that I just cut apart. This is metallic thread. And of course, the baker's twine. And of course, you can add pictures here, here, here. You can journal. You can add pictures here. So everywhere I show you, I will be adding pictures. I have the HP Sprocket that are sticky back ones that I will just lay down. And then I have regular printout, 4x6, 4.5 by 6, I think is the size. Anyways, so then you can put pictures here. And then of course I ink the sides. I use two different inks. Hold on, actually 3. So I use the tea dye, which is pretty dark, and this is the distress ink. It is really hard to find vintage photo in distress ink. I have it in the other room. I can get refills for it. I just couldn't get into it. So I went ahead and picked up a distress oxide, which is not my favorite because if water gets on it, it'll react. But they're always fun to play with. So, I mean, at some point, it looks like they're not going to make the large. I don't know what they're doing. It's such a huge staple in our world, but you can never find it to buy of the distress ink vintage photo. That you can always find the little ones, but I don't want a little one. I want a big one. So, I mean, I literally have almost drained this thing since I got it, and I've only had it a week. So, yeah. And then the tea dye and I think the distress ink just runs a little bit easier. It's easier to pick up. So I really like the distress ink. I would love a distress ink vintage photo again, but because I know the one I have, I hope I can revive it. I also picked up a tattered rose. It gives it a little bit of a reddish tea dye look. You would think it'd be more pink, and I think depending on how you use it, it could be. So, yeah, that was the other one I used. And I also had gotten this out, the antique linen. I ended up not using it, but those are really good staples for me. More of those Cartabella stickers, that's that. And then everywhere you can see where there was a gap and I didn't cover up with either washi or something else, I always inked it. So more of scrap paper on top of that vintage paper, a sticker. I mean, no, that's an ephemera cut from Pink Paisley. And then all of this is Pink Paisley. Here is an authentic journaling card sticker from Target. You've got, what is that? Sewing paper. I'm just going to call it sewing paper. Sewing pattern paper. And then just more lace. And so they can put a picture here, here, and, even here. So, and when I say they, it will be me, but I can. So here's just a little tip in. It has this just cute little scraps of, bits and pieces. And I love this. It's so cute. And yeah, so, I mean, you could journal on the back of here. It's really soft because again, this is that paper from Hobby Lobby. I'm not thrilled. And if I have time, I'll go back and back it with some cardstock. But, I was literally trying to be thrifty and use my scraps. This is one of those journaling cards. This is from, I cannot remember who created this kit. It's a Christian nativity kit. Pardon me, paper kit. I want to think Echo Park. But anyway, so I have bits and pieces of it. Whenever I can find it, I buy it. Wiseman Still Seek Him or something like that. This is authentic. This has a little pocket. Of course, there's lace here. This is a Tim Holtz journaling card. This is something from the Tiny Bits from Tim Holtz. So I just grabbed some of that. He and his wife are both teachers. She's elementary, so I wanted to do something to remember her. And I will put one of the Sprocket pictures right back here. So, and yeah, that's not a pocket. The pocket's there. There we go. See, it's hard for me to even remember. It's been, and then this is just that Felicity Jane washi, and I just made a tab out of it. Goodness, I'm having a hard time. Guys, I'm telling you, my hands are so sore. They're just crazy sore. All right, goodness, there we go. All right, so another place to put pictures. You can also put pictures up here, and that's part of that Cartabella. Now, another blank Cartabella sticker tablet, and then I just inked it down the middle. Pictures will go here, and I'll probably put 2 or 3 depending on what size. I also have another pocket here. This is just shimmer cardstock paper, but it holds up a little bit different. That I just got off Amazon. It's metallic. After Christmas, probably at the turn of the year, I will be setting up an Amazon shop, and I'm going to list all these things that I've utilized. I just find it to be invaluable when you're sheltered in. And for us, because of where we live, they deliver out here. So I'm always blessed by that. More of that lace. These are just little tickets from Felicity Jane, came in one of my kits. More of that Tim Holtz snippets. That's what it is. Sewing paper. And then I made tons of envelopes. I will come back with an envelope project. And so I put envelopes all the way through here. Sometimes I inked them on the shimmer, sometimes I didn't. And yeah, and then I made a little booklet. This is off the cover, and this is super loose. I had a terrible time with my hands by the end. So if this happens to you, you can literally go back in and pull it through, or you can let it go. I'm letting it go. But so this is the cover off of that Hobby Lobby, where it gave you all the different colored pattern paper. And so I just cut them out and made booklets out of them. And then this is just typical. It's a like letter paper that has music notes on it. I cut it down, inked the back. It has a parchment feel on the front. And then I just added, flipped it each way. And then just, used my Distress Oxide and then that. Because my daughter-in-law she's quite a beautiful singer, really. And yeah, I just can't stand that. I'll retie that later. Yep, and that's what happened. Actually, I will get my little one to do it because her hands are tiny. Sticker from Target, backed on a piece of that red shimmer cardstock, that heavy cardstock. Tim Holtz. This is just from a roll of raffle tickets. I love these, and it's a little, just a little thing where you can put pictures and then close it, or notes, or whatever you want to do. And then lace, and then these are from the little halfback pearl is from, of all places, it's just from Walmart. So, and I love putting these in where they stick over. Okay, so there is that. Oops, let me see if I can, yeah, usually I try to do that. Then this was just a last minute piece of cardstock. This is from the Tim Holtz. And then here is the, just bits and pieces. And actually, I think this is going to be in a different one. I put that in the wrong journal, so I'm going to take that out. Never mind. I'll put another one back in here from the other journal. I'll just swap them. So many of you know we love red trucks. That was our first truck. Our first truck looked just like that, but older and rustier. So anyways, it was primed. It was not painted. So my husband literally put it in our garage, taped everything off, and painted it with spray cans from Walmart. And it was all red. And they were 97 cents a can. That should tell you how long we've been married. So more of that Felicity Jane. This is the paper from Hobby Lobby, that same pad. So here's just a card, and since this is for my son and his wife, I chose the boy theme for this particular one. And I thought this was really pretty. More lace, just lace in my stash, coupon, tickets, and all of that. So that goes in there. And I know you're probably going to say I should have done it that way, and I did it on the wrong side. But really what happened is I made a stack of these, and I just started plugging them. So everybody has a little something about Jesus's birth. And this is from that kit. I think it's Echo Park, but I'm not 100% sure, where I just have the cut aparts. And I love this. Oh, holy night, the stars are brightly shining. This is the night of our dear Savior's birth. And I was trying to see, no, this one I did not make any kind of pocket out of it. That's right. And this is from that pink paisley. Picture here, picture here, picture here. That's from that Cartabella. So it's a little bit interactive. Not a lot, but a little bit. Oh, whoops. I'm glad that happened while we're together. So I will probably go back if I have time and make some really pretty paper clips. If not, then I'm just going to paper clip this paper in with a pretty brass paper clip. And of course you saw that I can just put pictures down. And I wanted to give everybody, I got this free from one of the ministries that we donate to. And I thought, aren't they perfect? And I just added some little stickers that we donate to Omaha Boys Home. And so I thought these were so cute, and that kind of added to it. And here is from that. I think it is Echo Glade, but I'm not sure. Pink paisley, same thing, Hobby Lobby. I inked it. And then I made this cute little tag, put a picture here, and this is just a cluster. And yeah, another picture can go here. So, all right, first one down. And then I always put something on the back. I also reinforce the spines with at least one layer of washi tape, if not two, sometimes three, depending on the width of it and, how heavy I have this. The first two are not overly stuffed. So I'll say that. They're not, comparatively. When we get to the third one, it's a little crazy. So, anyways, this one is for my youngest. So she helped me do the Christmas tree this year. I told her it was for my oldest, but sneaky, sneaky. Anyway, so coupons, the same thing with the washi. Those are Felicity Jane coupons. I think Amazon. This is authentic paper, which I love. Lace in my stash. More of that red cardstock. And literally, when I do a project like this, I literally, whoops, and I just dropped two sheets, keep a little thing of bits and pieces. So, usually I don't put this kind of ephemera in it, but I was moving from where I was working into here. And because my arthritis is so bad in my knees, I literally, the first 2 days, sat up in my chair and worked, and then by yesterday I sat back in my chair and worked, and it helped kept my knee elevated, and my back was hurting so bad after the second night. It was like I couldn't go to sleep that night. It was crazy. So I'm I saw my Christmas present because I gave it to my husband to order off of Amazon. So I'm getting a pink office chair. Praise God. I will use it in here until I move out, and then it will go out to the cottage. So, and that's where my daughter is right now. She's working on the cottage. Praise God. So I told her it had to be done in like 2 days now. I mean, I've given her since last summer, so. And she does this, guys. We're not just being abusive. She does this in return for her college education. So she works for us. When it's tax season, she'll help us with tax work. If not, she helps us with the house and property. Like she was helping her daddy with the barn. And then for me, she, hold on one second.